Hello, BookTube. This is a weird book haul that, despite all of the headaches that accompanied it, has turned out to be pretty good. So, the seed for this book haul was my pursuit of a birthday present for Death, my youngest nephew. Here on the channel, and also in my real life, I have come to refer to my nieces and nephews as the four children of the apocalypse and the demon toddler. Although, with her next birthday, the demon toddler will become the demon brat. My nephew has recently gotten into One Piece by Eiichiro Oda, mostly through the live-action Netflix adaptation. Every time he, War, and the Demon Toddler are here, he is always watching episodes of One Piece on his tablet. And he has expressed an interest in actually reading the manga, which I have most of in 3-in-1 omnibus volumes. As I have recently fallen out of love with manga, I thought maybe I could give him some volumes that I have, which is what I did with Death Note. I recently gifted my all-in-one copy of Death Note to the oldest of the four children of the apocalypse, Famine, because on one of the rare occasions when they were here, they expressed interest in Death Note. So I gave them Death Note for their 18th birthday. But I have decided that I do actually want to keep my volumes of One Piece. So instead, I decided to order the first 3-in-1 volume from Amazon. And since it was there was an overnight delivery option, I decided to go with it and added a present for my mom to the order, as well as 3 books for me. This was done on a Thursday, so about a week ago. And the order was supposed to arrive Friday morning. Unfortunately, the package was lost. And on Sunday, I went and asked for a refund. And after the whole rigmarole of trying to talk to a human, I got the refund. And then I was kind of worried that it didn't actually work because the order was still active. So then I went to cancel it. And later on Monday, but Sunday evening, I went and put in an order with Barnes & Noble for the first 3-in-1 volume of One Piece and 4 books for myself. And decided to do a different order for my mom. But then a few days later, on Wednesday, I got an email from Amazon saying that 2 of the items have shipped from the order that I had canceled. So I contacted them, and while I did successfully cancel the 3 other items that were in the order, the 2 items did ultimately arrive Wednesday evening. The first 3-in-1 volume of One Piece by Eiichiro Oda. Get ready to set sail. As a child, Monkey D. Luffy dreamed of becoming king of the pirates, but his life changed when he accidentally ate the Gum Gum fruit, an enchanted devil fruit that gave him the ability to stretch like rubber. Its only drawback, he'll never be able to swim again, a serious handicap for an aspiring sea dog. Years later, Luffy sets off on his quest to find the One Piece, said to be the greatest treasure in the world. The treasure trove of high seas adventures just got bigger with this collection of the first 3 volumes of One Piece. So, and as luck would have it, the book that I'd ordered for my mom also came in this shipment. So, The Best Worst Man by Lucy Score. My mom has recently fallen in love with the work of Lucy Score. She's got several of her books. Rich check, vapid double check, entitled Not Enough Checks in the World. But maid of honor Francesca Baranski takes her duties seriously. Kidnapped groom, she's got this. Rude attendees, just watch her handle them. So when she meets the best man with a big attitude and an even bigger checkbook, yeah, there's no way she's going to let that pretentious, judgmental jackhole ruin her best friend's wedding, no matter how sexy he is. At least, that was the plan. Aidan Kilborn doesn't do long-term relationships. He's busy ruling the business world, and he has yet to find a woman he can get along with for more than a month. Conquering the unconquerable is basically his bread and butter, and he hasn't met a challenge that he can't win. But Francesca Baranski, this smart-mouthed girl from Brooklyn, may just be his downfall. So I'm pretty sure my mom is going to really enjoy this. And today, my order from Barnes & Noble came in. So, 3-in-1 volume of One Piece by Eiichiro Oda times 2. And no, I am not going to reread the blurb on the back. That would just be ridiculous. Let's move these 3 off. So instead I will talk about the 4 books that I picked up for myself, starting with The New Economy by Gabrielle Calvocoressi. This collection of poetry was a finalist for last year's National Book Award in Poetry. A series of cisterns undulating through love, grief, and time. A world of miss-you poems, opening a portal to all those we've lost and would love to visit for a while. A devotional to the ungendered vessel as it ages, dreams, and survives. And Gabrielle Calvocoressi's latest collection, The New Economy, poems are haunted by the ghosts of loved ones and childhood memories. By changing landscapes and bodies, Calvocoressi's own figure is examined, investigating the desire to protect the body one is born with and the longing to have been born in another. Lyrical and unafraid, The New Economy is an invitation to name our fears and sorrows, to write to who or what has left us, to create practices that can hold both the darkness and the light in this infinite life. So, there's a poem on the back from Stacking Cistern, My Bones on Top of Your Bones, on Top of Your Bones. I have a theory that I let the light out into the world, then we'll all get to stay alive, want to stay alive. I think of everything I know about all the people on my block. I list Miss Edna and her children. I say the names of everyone on the church, and then the people I don't know. I want everyone to have money. I want everyone to have a house and food and be believed in and be told they're believed in. I want to know these things can happen, so I don't want to die, or so I can feel the hollow part of me filling with all of us getting to be filled up. There's no part of me that's a saint. I'm not saying this to get some extra credit. I'm saying I wonder if you do it too. But bones on top of your bones on top of your bones. Or your bones on top of mine. All of us awake at 3 a.m., wishing the best for people like filling up an endless cistern with light and understanding, all the way down to the center of the earth and up to where the solitary planes fly past. Ooh, I'm really looking forward to reading this. Next up is The Land in Winter by Andrew Miller. This was shortlisted for last year's Booker Prize. December 1962. In a village deep in the English countryside, two neighboring couples begin the day. Local doctor Eric Perry commences his rounds in the village while his pregnant wife, Irene, wanders the rooms of their old house, mulling over the space that has grown between the two of them. On the farm nearby lives Irene's mirror image. Witty but troubled Rita Simmons is also expecting. She spends her days trying on the idea of being a farmer's wife, but her head still swims with images of a raucous past that her husband Bill prefers to forget. When Rita and Irene meet across the bare field between their houses, a clock starts. There is still affection in both their homes. Neither marriage has yet to be abandoned. But when the ordinary cold of December gives way, ushering in violent blizzards of the harshest winter in living memory, so do the secret resentments harbored in all four lives. An exquisite, page-turning examination of relationships, The Land in Winter is a masterclass in storytelling, proof yet again that Andrew Miller is one of the most dazzling chroniclers of the human heart. So I'm very happy that I decided to not trade weight to pick this up, because this also sounds really amazing. Next up is another volume of poetry, Ars Poeticas by Juliana Spahr. This collection won the Pulitzer Prize for Poetry last month. During the time of an increasingly powerful alt-right, which was also the time when species extinction was ever increasing, Juliana Spahr sat down to read Brecht. She was looking for an answer to Brecht's question about the dark times, about whether there will also be singing during the dark times. The answer that Brecht provides is yes, that poets will sing of the dark times. In the 6 Ars Poeticas that Spahr writes, she sings of the dark times, but also of quarrel, the pop song's possible liberation, and the love of comrades. She writes not only of the rich history of what politics and poetry have done with each other, but what they might yet do together. But what they might yet do together. Oh, this sounds really good as well. And finally, All That Man Is by David Szalay, who recently won last year's Booker Prize for his novel Flesh, which is going to come out in a few months in trade paperback, which is my preferred method of collecting fiction, poetry, and drama, although there are exceptions to that. All That Man Is traces the arc of life from the spring of youth to the winter of old age by following 9 men, from a working-class ex-grunt to a pompous college student, a middle-aged loser to a Russian oligarch. Through these men, David Szalay, master of a new kind of realism that vibrates with detail, intelligence, and devastating pathos, develops a picture of modern manhood that illuminates the physical and emotional terrain of an increasingly globalized Europe. Really looking forward to trying him out. So, to do a Steve pyramid, the 4 books that I picked up for myself. All That Man Is by David Szalay, Ars Poeticas by Juliana Spahr, The Land in Winter by Andrew Miller, The New Economy by Gabrielle Calvocoressi, For My Mom, The Best Worst Man by Lucy Score, For Death, One Piece, 3-in-1 volume by Eiichiro Oda, and possibly For Pestilence, the second of the four children of the apocalypse. Might be where I give this extra volume. So this is my weird book haul that actually turned out all right. I should probably have one more book haul before the end of June from Book People, although it will not be a manga haul. It will actually be for novels. So anyway, look forward to that, and I will see you next week with some more videos, because there's quite a few discussion videos I would like to do in addition to Poetry Thursday and weekly reads. So until then, BookTube, thank you and have a great rest of your weekend.